Russian President Vladimir Putin just addressed the Russian people, revealing he intends to recognize the independence of two Russian-controlled separatist regions in eastern Ukraine. It's a move leaders in the West are concerned could spark a much larger conflict. For more on the developments, I want to go to former U.S. Ambassador to NATO, Kurt Volker. Kurt, thanks so much for being here. How do you think NATO will and can respond to these new announcements by Putin today, and will they?
Well, I think there are several things. First off, we need to be prepared for what comes next. Just because he recognizes the states doesn't mean that's it. Now they will likely call for military reinforcements from Russia. It could lead to an effort by Russia to take portions of the Donbass region of Luhansk and Donetsk that Russia does not currently occupy, but are still part of those administrative regions of Ukraine, and maybe they are part of what Russia is including as recognized. That may also then lead to skirmishes with Ukrainian forces as they take those territories, which could escalate. So there's a lot of things that could yet happen. I think NATO needs to be clear, A, that they reject this and won't accept Russia's recognition of these. Put in place the sanctions now that people have been promising for so long. There is nothing left to wait for. We need to get these sanctions in place. Increase our support to the Ukrainians in security assistance and training to give them every chance to defend themselves against what could be a major Russian invasion.
Now, is there a diplomatic path still possible, do you think, or are these latest actions by the Kremlin now taking us farther and farther away from that?
Well, if you're referring to the Minsk II negotiations about settlement in eastern Ukraine, that's now over. Minsk II is premised on the idea that these territories are part of Ukraine. By breaking them off and recognizing them as independent, Russia has now fully rejected the Minsk agreements. If you're talking about diplomacy to prevent a wider war against Ukraine, this still is possible, but it depends upon much greater show of strength by Ukraine and the West. Diplomacy works when it is backed up by strength and changes the conditions on the ground. As long as Putin thinks that he has the advantage militarily and can press it, he's not taking diplomacy seriously.
Now, are the warnings that the White House has given us throughout the past few days, it seems like they're coming true here. So what's on the horizon now? How do you think this plays out?
Well, I am still a little bit skeptical that Putin will try to take over all of Ukraine or even try to take major cities like Dnipro or Kyiv. The reason is that it's a vast country, a large population, and it would be very difficult to hold these territories after he had an initial military incursion. So I think he is still looking at more limited land grabs and continuing the pressure like this for a very long time, rather than trying to do everything at once. Even so, we need to be prepared, get our guard up, help the Ukrainians, and push back on this Russian aggression. As we heard in his speech, his ambitions are far larger than just Donbass. He sees the rebuilding of a Russian empire as what he is really embarking on.
All right, Kurt Volker, former U.S. Ambassador to NATO. We appreciate it, Kurt. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.